Hey everyone, thanks for stopping by my channel. Definitely appreciate you all taking time out of your day to pay me a visit. This video is going to be a little bit different. Wanted to give you kind of a 2021 vision and what I'm planning for this year. But first and foremost, I wanted to really say thank you to all my viewers, all my subscribers. I just hit a really awesome milestone over the weekend. Just went over 100 subscribers. Last I checked, I'm at 106. Never really thought I'd get anywhere close to that. When I started this channel last year, really was just there to kind of do it as like fishing logs and just a way to kind of keep my sanity through the winter. And yeah, seeing it kind of turn into what it's turned into is really been awesome. The big thing that I wanted to do is not only share how I go fish, but where I go fish. One of the things that I would always do is watch YouTube videos. I'd get super excited watching those fishing videos. I would have no idea where they ever fished though. You might be able to pick out a few things here and there from some of these videos, but everyone was always so tight-lipped about, not only like what part of the body of water they're on, but actually even like what part of the body, like what actual water system they're actually on. Even like figuring out what state they're in sometimes. It's been quite difficult. And fishing is something that everyone enjoys, or I should say, should be able to enjoy. But I think we've all been there on those really frustrating days where you just can't catch anything, and you always kind of second guess yourself whether you're in the right spot, you're doing the right thing. So I always kept fishing logs all the way going back to when I was in 8th grade back in 2000. I've got fishing logs going all the way back for when I used to go pond fishing in my parents' private subdivision pond. And those fishing logs were always a way to kind of like help reinforce it, like, okay, yeah, I am doing the right thing. I kind of stopped doing those fishing logs, but I still wanted to record that, and that's one of the other reasons I started doing this. For these videos, I can go kind of back and see, okay, this body of water, I'm in this location, water stage is at this level, and water temps this. I try to include all that information in my videos, and every time I go to publish one, I realize I'm forgetting something. I forget the water temperature. I forget the river gauge level, things like that. But really the big thing with this channel of mine, I really wanted to share the locations, where I'm at. And if anyone is ever watching those videos, those are all screenshots from the Navionics website. Navionics on their website has free topography maps. I do have the paid version on my iPad, which I take with me on my boat. So when I'm out on the water, I can, look at those maps and really pinpoint where I want to go. That's a huge resource, though. If you guys have never looked at those, definitely check out the Navionics website. But if my videos are never clear enough as to like where that Navionics like zoom in is, leave a comment in that video. I'm more than happy to elaborate on like what that's zooming in on. My intent is that you can pause the video and kind of look around like where that part of the water is, and kind of figure it out from there. I'm definitely not trying to hide anything in those, but if you ever want to like really get into like where the specifics are, reach out to me. I've got my email address in my channel information. More than happy to discuss. And honestly, that's one of the coolest things that this channel has shared with me and kind of developed. I've had a few local anglers and actually even a few Canadian people reach out to me on that email address. Been super awesome talking to those guys, talking about those locations, talking about those tactics, how they have success, how I have success. To me, that's really what the fishing community is about. I'm a very competitive person as well. I do club tournaments, but at the end of the day, I don't think any fisherman should really be hiding really anything from anyone else. This sport is there for the community, and yeah, I'm a CPR person. Catch, photo, release. I've never kept a fish in my life. I don't mind, the occasional person keeping fish. For the bucket brigade people that go out there and catch everything and just put it in the bucket and take it home with them, not even caring. I try not to let that get to me. To each their own. Hey, you pay for that fishing license. As long as you're following the creel limits and the size limits, more power to you. You are free to do what you want with that. So, I'm getting into rambles here. So, let me try to get back on track. 100 subscribers. Absolutely love that, and it's really got me pumped for what this year is going to bring. And I do want to make one quick side note. Hopefully you guys have noticed with my videos, when I started this YouTube channel as well, again, it was mainly for me, just kind of like, I don't really even know how to describe it, but, in the back of my mind, I really did kind of want this to take off. And I'm not saying 100 subscribers is anything taken off. There's still a long way to go before this channel is really anything major. But it's a big milestone to me. So, but one of the things that is a pet peeve to me. I love watching YouTube videos, whether it's fishing related or, there's a lot of other things that I watch on YouTube. But one of my pet peeves is every single video, those YouTubers, smash that like button, hit that subscribe button. Anyone that's watching YouTube videos that is going to understand what they mean by that, they don't need to be told to do that. I'm hoping that if you guys enjoy my content, you're going to go subscribe to my channel on your own accord. If you enjoy that video and you want to be able to easily find it sometime again in the future, like it. That's how I do my YouTubing personally. I only subscribe to people that I want to actually watch every single video of theirs. Indeed, Yak Angler, huge one. I absolutely love every single video of his, and a lot of my inspiration for this channel has come from the way that he does his videos. There are other YouTubers out there that fishing YouTubers that I do that as well, but I never want to get to that point where I am just pestering everyone saying to like the video or subscribe. Call me out on it. It is really not something I ever want to do, but I digress. So this year, this past winter, I've been actually keeping really busy. You guys can kind of see. So over the winter, there's a few things that I do to kind of keep my sanity. These last 3 or 4 years, the big one has been airbrushing lures, which hopefully you guys have seen a few of those videos and actually found them helpful or at least mildly entertaining. But I've been really busy. Got some medium divers, a whole slew of square bill crankbaits that I've made. Got a whole lot of jerk baits that I made, some wake baits. I went a little overboard this winter with airbrushing lures. I have not actually had a chance well, I've had plenty of chances, I should say. I haven't yet cleaned my reels, cleaned my rods. I haven't even taken the old line off some of these off of these reels. So I got to do that these next few weekends. My boat's actually in shambles right now. Like I was saying in a few of my last videos, I'm currently redoing the transom on that bass tracker of mine. That I knew it was going to be a big project, but it's honestly turned into a nightmare project. It's not going nearly as smoothly as I hoped it would. But just this last weekend, I finally got everything bolted back together. And this upcoming weekend, I have my buddy coming to weld a few bits of that back together. It's the last stage of getting that transom done. And then, so next week, I should be able to take it back up to Lake County Water Sports to have my Evinrude put back on. One other awesome thing that I got from my boat this year, I gave myself a... So one thing I got myself this year for my boat, I got myself a late Christmas, early birthday present. I bought myself an Ultrex. Super excited about this. 80 pound, 45-inch shaft, just the bare bones model. But if you guys have watched some of my river fishing videos, it's absolutely comical. Watching me catch a fish in current and trying to fight the fish, land it with a net, all while trying to be on the trolling motor. It just doesn't work. It's actually gotten dangerous in a few spots. I've got a Power Pole Micro that I drop anytime that I catch a fish. Unfortunately, it just does not hold on the Fox River. With that gravel bottom, it just skates right along, and sometimes it actually binds itself up so badly that I have to use the big engine. And there was one time that I actually got on footage that I might eventually make into a video. I haven't quite decided yet. That I actually was almost having to break that Power Pole Micro spike just because of the way that it was bent. But having that Ultrex and having Spot Lock now, I am looking forward so much to being able to hook into a fish, hit that spot lock, and focus on being able to net that fish. That's the other small gift I got myself for this year as well. I bought myself a new net with a longer handle. So if you've seen some of my videos, watching me try to net a fish is downright comical at some points. My net right now is too short for how long of a rod I typically am using, which is unfortunately resulted in quite a few fish being lost. So that's something I'm really looking forward to, and having that Ultrex means I want to fish a lot of rivers this year. The Fox River is absolutely awesome. You know, I live on the Fox River, and up and down the Fox River just is awesome fishing. But I do want to branch out. There are a few bucket list rivers that I want to hit. The Kankakee River being one of them. I'm about an hour and a half drive from the Kankakee River, and ever since I started reading about the Kankakee River back in high school, you know, almost 20 years ago, I just was blown away by how awesome it sounds. And I've always wanted to fish it. I've just always been hesitant to take a boat out there. I've heard a few horror stories about how gnarly it can get with the rocks and the boulders and things like that. But with the boat that I have right now and the confidence that I've gotten navigating the Fox River, I'm going to give it a go. The other thing that I really want to try this year is fishing the Wisconsin River, both for smallmouth and for muskie. I want to do some more muskie fishing this year. Well, I guess I should say I want to do more successful muskie fishing this year. I did go muskie fishing quite a few times last fall and actually early winter. Unfortunately, without any success, so that's why I never posted any videos for that. But definitely want to try the Wisconsin River. One other river that I might try that I've never really seen, I haven't even heard about until a few weeks ago. A few people have recommended the St. Joe or the St. Joseph River in northern Indiana, which I've done a little bit of research on, and it looks pretty awesome for smallmouth fishing. Really, what I want to find is some crystal clear water to fish out of my boat. Again, I'm a big fan of Andy Yak Angler. I get so jealous every time I'm watching him fish one of those rivers of his and seeing that crystal clear water. I grew up pond fishing in crystal clear water. It's what I enjoy the most. Seeing fish coming up and just eating lures and sight fishing for them, I just love. So they're saying the St. Joe might fit that bill, so I'll try that. Hopefully. Also this year, hoping to get back up to Canada. Really don't know how that will work, if that will work. With COVID, I certainly intend on getting the vaccine whenever I have the opportunity to. I'm hoping getting the vaccine will make it easier to get across the border. I'm hoping that we can do our normal September trip and be able to crush some muskie and smallmouth and largemouth out on Pigeon Lake again. And one other thing that I might do, I think I mentioned earlier that I do club tournaments. I'm part of a local club here in Northern Illinois. If I end up boating any of those tournaments, I might do a few videos of those club tournaments. They're pretty small scale. It's more of a social club than anything, but it does get pretty competitive on those tournament days, which I love. So I'll see about sharing that. I don't know. I normally don't like fishing my boat out of a tournament. It's just too small. It's too small of an engine. You just don't have the range. And I'd much rather be in one of my club members' actual fiberglass bass boats. So anyway, I've rambled on long enough for this video. Really, the big thing that I wanted to convey during this video is just how much I appreciate each and every one of you viewers. And for those that have made that choice to subscribe, thank you so much. But again, even just the people viewing, that is a huge morale boost to me as well. So thank you, everyone, and I will see you on the next video. And hopefully 2021 is going to be an awesome fishing year. So we'll see you all then.